Hello, Virgo. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing really, really well, Virgo. Let's see what your available energies will be like for February 2026. We're going to do a general reading. Remember, we'll go over the details later in the new videos that we upload. Remember that this reading applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, moon, or Venus in the sign of Virgo. Virgo, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Remember to activate all the bells so you get notifications for the new videos. You can also follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts for new content. All right, let's channel a message for the sign of Virgo for February 2026. Virgo, this starts with the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Six of Swords. This situation is pretty clear. Virgo, the month starts, it sees you there like there might be a bit of tiredness or exhaustion. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes mental. The mind wants to disconnect. It's a moment. The month invites you to recharge your batteries, to recharge your energy. If you need some time to rest, maybe even a trip, a vacation, or take a day off. Take the weekend to relax, to meditate. Meditation is very important. And to disconnect above all, right? Maybe your mind is asking for a break. Start the month slowly, calmly, slowing down. If January has been very fast-paced with events and changes, which it has been, maybe you need that time to withdraw, that time of silence to be with yourself, to relax, but it's also an invitation. I feel this withdrawal. Let's see what you're going to finish, right? What are you going to finish in your day in a good way? Maybe this has to do with a way of thinking, with certain ideas, with certain beliefs, some life philosophy, some routine, something that had become a habit saying, well, this ends here. So give yourself that time to be with yourself because you're in a moment of closure and awakening, right? This can also be like waking up from a dream, like filling yourself with that energy again. Because what you're preparing for is to start a new journey. And this new journey, in some cases, might even be a physical trip, right? That's why I say take those days to relax, to disconnect and recharge and get ready to go through a new stage, a new adventure. That's what's coming, the potential that's there of farewell, of closure, of ending, saying, well, this is something that's going to be left behind, that's going to stay in the past. Are you? You feel like you have a new outlook on life, a new perspective, already looking toward something new, toward a horizon. It's like new possibilities are going to start opening up, new opportunities to also begin walking a different path. There's no backpack that maybe was weighing you down, and this is what was causing you trouble. This tiredness or this fatigue. It's that emotional weight, that was being carried from the past to say, well, that's it, let it go. It can involve an emotional experience, that means letting go, right? This is like getting ready to meet a new version of yourself, to stand up again, to get out of a situation that might have been kind of complex or that touched on some sensitive points, to say, I'm leaving this behind. Habits, routines, but most importantly, ways of thinking. Because the horizon is opening up now, and you are already on that journey, in that transition. Sometimes I feel this as an exile, not like this Virgo who has decided to close a door for good, leaving a place where maybe you didn't feel reciprocated or you didn't feel comfortable, saying, I'm going to connect with what I really like. So What's going to start coming up after this? That's why I feel it as a great process also of enlightenment, like an awakening of optimism, not about opening up to the new, to the unexpected, to slowly start walking that new path that will appear and to start experiencing it. Let's see how these arcana start connecting. Virgo. General and available energy, February 2026. Here we have the Death Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Wands. Very clear, right? No Ten of Pentacles or coins. Well, there is definitely a powerful energy, right, of closure, of an ending that is transforming you, right? Virgos who this month are cutting something off or eliminating something from their life, cutting ties and leaving a past behind. What is it that you've already realized has ended, that is over, and it's time to move on? What cycle is it? Are you entering a new cycle? Things are changing, and they're going to be changing very quickly this month. Change of scenery, change of life, change of mindset, change of people, change in some cases also at work. It could also be a change of habits, of routines. But a lot of new things are coming your way that are pushing you to try something different, to move or take action, or also start putting those ideas you have into practice. There's a spark that's going to start awakening, and that's what's going to lead to this new beginning in your life. It's like starting a new life from scratch. And I feel like this is a month where these changes are preparing you for a great rebirth. Confidence, power, inspiration, and creativity all return, more than just a birth. I think these changes are really going to push you a lot because you're going to realize what truly has value in your life, what you really appreciate, what really makes you feel secure, what you truly... This is very important to me. This is truly a treasure. So it's about starting to connect with all of that. Whether you have a great idea for a project and you want to launch it and say, this is the time to do it, to move forward with that new proposal, with that new job, or maybe even with that new career. Is a leap into the unknown possible here? Of course, it's also about daring to jump into a new territory that hasn't been explored yet. But the good thing is, you all are going to start activating that adventurous energy, not that of an explorer. That's why it's closely related to a new journey, right? It's like being in a new country or being in a place you've never been before. And that life and destiny have brought you to that place. And you start little by little, day by day to discover, not to discover, new places, people, settings, new things that you are passionate about. Start to discover your creativity. Start to discover your energy. Start to discover yourself. Let's see what else we have. February 2026. Virgo sign, February. Let's draw 3 more arcana. We have the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Sun, and the Page of Wands. Wow. Love and emotion shine this month. Virgo, pay attention if you are single. There could be a big emotional revelation here because everything related to the emotional and sentimental area, as well as relationships and romance, starts to light up. Isn't this the moment in this new stage of life when you're being asked to express what you feel, to express what's really in your heart, not expressing this love to this person? Can a person show up here? I feel like everything can start here, like a game, like a conquest, like there's that initial impulse of daring, like why not? Why not try? Why not move forward? In this connection, there can also be quite a high level of romance and also passion for focus on the issue and the idealization of the person. There isn't a very strong emotional tone, and sometimes it can lead to a tendency to get carried away too much by feelings, but I really see it as very well aspected. Can this bring attention to the formation of a couple, a commitment, a person who makes you very happy? I also see moments of great happiness, and this happiness is something that will really surprise you. That's why I say pay attention. How does the month start? The month starts one way and will begin to unfold in a completely different way. Because at the beginning, there's a closure. At the beginning, there's an unlocking so that something can be born in your life. The light is coming. The brightness is coming. Love is coming. Friendship is coming too. There will be meetings. There will be trips. But above all, what is coming is a change of direction. It's an invitation to try something different, to try something new in every way, personally, professionally, in friendships, and in love. It's like you're going to have that instinct that wakes up that will say, why don't we try this? Why don't we do this? Something else we've never done before? All the energy this month leans toward movement, toward surprise, toward the unexpected, and also toward trying, experimenting, daring. Let's see what we have. As for major arcana oracles, I wanted to say what? You have the Wheel of Fortune there, right? Like destiny. This month is there. Very, very active, right? Also, when it comes to connecting with people you're meant to be with, places that are being reserved for you, opportunities, trips, a lot of movement. Virgo, we have the devil here. Pay attention to this, the devil for this month. Of course, it tells us about facing your shadow. Notice if you're attached to the past. What do you need to let go of? Some kind of dependency, whether it's physical, material, or emotional. Pay attention to issues related to power struggles or control, manipulation, or obsessions with certain topics or people. It's not going to be a challenging month because you have a positive reading, and I feel that this arcana will be overcome. We can see it better from the side of tests, not the tests that the shadow puts with its temptations, with its games as well. But I feel that you will have the ability to recognize it here, to see it, to realize where it is. When does a situation become toxic? When is there something that closes us off? When is there something that's going in another direction? When? For example, also regarding relationships, if there's a relationship that suddenly, from one moment to the next, there are already attachments. There are power issues even without really knowing the person, things that are going to start catching your attention. Okay, dear, this is what we've seen for February 2026. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you here next time.